Hey, we're Infinity Song. I'm Victory. I'm Momo.
I'm Angel.
I'm Israel.
And Abram's not here yet, but we're going to start without him. Yes. So we just wanted to make a video sharing our story, one of our favorite stories actually, about how we got signed to RocNation by Jay-Z. So there are 9 kids in our family and 2 amazing parents. Our parents are both musical, and our mom was a teacher growing up, and our dad was a music, after school choir director. So growing up in Detroit, all 9 of us, at one point or another, grew up singing in his choirs after school. So we were actually homeschooled, but we would go with him to his choir rehearsals and help all the other students in the choir learn their parts and figure out the harmonies and just make music. Our dad actually started the boys choir of Detroit and Michigan Fine Arts Youth Choir.
And the girls choir of Detroit.
And the girls choir of Detroit. So a lot of music, and yeah. So we moved from Detroit to New York about 13 years ago. We were obviously all super young, little kids. We didn't know what was going on, but our parents did, and they saw just the cultural landscape and how open New York is to musicians and to art and culture. And so not really having a place or fitting in yet, knowing our place yet in the city, I would describe this part of our story as when the Bible says your gifts will make room for you. And that's something that our parents, taught us growing up, and that has always been a truth for them. So what we started doing was sharing our gifts with the public the most easy way, I guess you could say, in New York, which is street performing. New York City has the most amazing street performing scene of probably all the cities. And so everywhere you go, people are sharing their talent, sharing their art, whether it's drawing, dancing, singing. So we found our favorite spot in Central Park, which is probably where a lot of people who have ever seen us perform in the city have seen us, in Central Park under the Bethesda Terrace.
And 10 years later, after singing in Central Park every day, come rain or shine, in the winter, in the summer, all 4 seasons, 10 years of this experience, we ended up having the opportunity to connect with this guy named James Samuel, and he's a very good mutual friend of Jay-Z. And so Victory had made a video in Central Park singing "Feeling Good" by Nina Simone, and he just was blown away because obviously Victory's amazing. So he was blown away and was like, I have got to share this with Jay-Z. So he ended up sending the video to Jay-Z saying, you gotta check this out, you gotta check this girl out, she's amazing, listen to her voice. And Jay-Z was he watched it and was like, yeah, let me meet her, I gotta meet her. And then James connected me, my dad, and Jay-Z on email. And it was whoa, is this really him? And then my dad takes the lead and replies, and then Jay replies back.
Okay, our dad is our manager, by the way, so
yeah.
So he's all right, let's see if this is even real. Hi, Jay-Z. We would like to meet you too. Okay, bye. And then we were
Jay replies in 5 minutes. It's how about tomorrow? We got the meeting. It's we're literally in the park and we find out we're meeting Jay-Z tomorrow. So the video that James sent was only Victory. So Jay-Z really didn't even know that there were all of us who sang. He didn't know anything about our story. He didn't know anything. All he knew was that this girl was amazing. So the meeting was just him, Victory, and our dad. But our dad is always looking for opportunities to include us all in. So he said, okay, we're gonna go to this meeting, me and Victory, but the rest of you guys, stay downstairs, stay in the lobby, stay outside the building, whatever. And then if we get an opportunity, I'm gonna tell Jesus. Tell Jay-Z about you guys, and hopefully he'll invite you guys all up, and then you'll all be able to sing for him. And that's exactly what happened.
We were downstairs, yeah. Victory was upstairs. We were downstairs
Jesus, really? We were texting him like,
so while we were downstairs being like that, what was going on upstairs?
I was upstairs and I was so nervous, but I was also very confident, and I was just like, "Hi, sir." I was like, I just remember like loud, "Hi, sir, hi, sir." I remember sitting on the couch in his really, really fancy office, and he's like, "Yeah, let's have a seat." And then he's like, "So what's your story?" And I started talking a mile a minute, just like, like, and I was so nervous. We weren't really having a conversation. I was just like, I don't know what I was saying. I was probably saying weird stuff. I was blacked out. And then eventually I calmed down, and we were telling him about the family, and he was like, "Wow, I'm listening to your story, and I'm hearing so much, so many similarities in my story, and like, man, I really wish I could meet the family." And my dad and I looked at each other like, "Oh, really? Relax, we can make that happen."
You said what?
Right. Because it was like, they're downstairs, and he's like, "Oh."
Y'all come up.
We actually had him on speakerphone the whole time. So we got the phone call, and we were like, "Let's go."
My heart was beating so fast. We were all like 3 years younger. I was 16 at the time. This girl was like 17.
That's way more than 3 years for me.
Oh, great. How old are you?
22.
Oh, he was 19. Well, I know I was 16.
I was 18.
I was 22.
Get off of that. Everyone's here.
Oh. Update. Abraham's here. He's here finally. So, okay. So back into the story. So, okay.
Okay, so this is what happens. So we get upstairs. We go up on this elevator in this 20 floors.
No, it was 38.
It was 39. We go all the way to the top floor in this building in Midtown Manhattan,
It's a
Times Square.
skyscraper. It was a
Y'all know
skyscraper.
the place.
Or you don't.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, but this is the old headquarters. So anyway, we get to the top. As soon as we get off of those elevators, you guys, the hallway is filled with a crowd of people, and in the middle is Jay-Z sitting on the floor. Literally just sitting in the middle of them on the
With
floor.
like white Air Forces, a white t-shirt.
Right, the
blue
crispest white Air Forces you've ever seen.
ever. And also next to
No
him was
creases.
Yeah, Ty was there, and the whole staff, the whole RocNation staff was sitting in this hallway waiting for this concert that apparently we're about to put on. So we get off, we get there, and they're like, "All right, hey guys, you ready to sing?" We're like, "Oh my guys!" So Victory's there, she has her guitar. Our dad's there, he's like, "You guys, they want you to sing." So here we go.
Like, this is it. The moment of truth came straight from the park. Now you're here. Straight from
Literally.
the.
Yeah.
And then
So we sang
like two songs
together. What songs did we sing?
We sang
Hollow.
Dream On. We sang Hollow by Tori Kelly.
Girl.
And we sang Dream On by Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Wait, guys, what if we sang like one of the songs that we sang for them? Like right now, just so they know like actually what it
Ooh,
sounded like.
let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Every time that I look in the mirror, all these lines on my face getting clearer. The past is gone.
It went by like dust to dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got to do their life today. I know nobody knows where it comes and where it goes. I know it's everybody's sin. You gotta lose to know how to win. Sing with me, sing for the years, sing for the laughter, sing for the tears. Sing with me if it's just for the day. Maybe tomorrow the good luck will take you away. Sing with me, sing for the years, sing for the laughter, sing for the tears. Sing with me if it's just for the day. Maybe tomorrow the good luck will take you away.
Victory was up next, and she sang 2 songs. She sang Feeling Good by Nina Simone, which she sang in the original video. And then she sang her original song, Weatherman. And I think, honestly, I think they liked that one the most because it was more authentic about your story. And directly after that, like, Tai Tai was like, what? And everybody was just going crazy. It was literally so wild. Oh, and during it, while Victory was singing Weatherman, our dad got like so emotional with just how far we've come and like this moment, like right here at the top of this skyscraper, singing for one of the most influential people in the world. And he just like broke down crying, had to step out of the room. It was
I
like,
heard somebody behind me like, I was like, I ain't never seen that man cry.
My eyes were closed the entire time, and I heard somebody, I thought they were choking, and it was my dad, he was crying.
I was like,
Yeah,
he's stepping
I
out.
legit didn't know.
I didn't know.
And he said, excuse me.
And he had to step out of the room to like finish crying. It made sense to cry. Like, okay, he put in so much work to get us to where we were at that time, where we are now. Like everything, our entire life was leading up to that moment, and we just killed it pretty
Like,
much.
if you're our dad, I don't see how you don't cry at that moment.
Exactly. The whole staff went back to work, and Jay-Z was like, okay, come into my office. Yo, we stepped into this office.
Yeah, okay. It's the
Beautiful
craziest
office.
I don't know if we're allowed to say what the office looked like.
It's not there
But-
anymore. We got a new one.
It was like
But-
covered in purple velvet, gold, and beautiful coffee books and coffee table books, like anything, all these beautiful vintage photos. It was just, it smelled of wealth and money and influence
And
And
opulence.
blackness.
and black excellence. We were so young and like so like green-eyed and naive. We were so taken aback. Like this was our first. Obviously, we met celebrities before, but we never stepped into their office.
Word.
So it was just like the craziest. Whatever you think it was like times 10.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so moving past that.
So wait, okay, so we literally sat down and had a 2-hour conversation with Jay-Z and Tai Tai, and we were like, shouldn't we, like, don't y'all gotta go?
Right.
Like,
Time is money.
too busy on talking to us
Like,
for like
what?
2 hours. But legit, they didn't even look at their watches, they didn't look at their phones, they didn't tell us, okay, we gotta go. No, we were like, okay, we don't wanna take any more of you guys' time. Like, we should go. And
Right.
they're like, okay. But they legit gave us their undivided attention, and they were like, just wanting to know our story and like it was like a real grounding moment for all of us. And it was just that was like the most beautiful
Highlight, for real.
beginning of a relationship.
Okay, and so then after we left, we were like, okay, so what's next? And the next day we went back to Central Park because
Yeah.
that's what we did.
It was really
What
hot.
was next
It was
was
hot in Central Park
crickets.
too.
Crickets. No emails, no calls.
We were
Crickets.
like, did we say something wrong? Did we sound terrible?
Wait, what's
Like,
next?
Are we getting a deal or are we still broke? Did we make it? Are we paying? And then actually, what happened? 2 weeks later,
Yeah, our dad was like, you guys come around.
We were in Central Park again.
Yes.
Yes.
He's like, I'm gonna send Jay-Z an email. I wanna talk to him about a deal. So basically, our dad initiated a deal with Jay, and he put it all in the email, and Jay was like, I'm in town tomorrow, can you come to the office? And so our dad was like, yes, we'll be there. The whole family, we went up to RocNation again. This time our dad was all prepared with all this idea of the deal, and he said, I gotta sell this deal to him. And when we got there, Jay's like, I already know all this. Let's get it done.
do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty,
the chit chat.
what's pretty cool about the meeting though is that it was Jay, Tai, and the lawyer.
And then
so,
us.
And us.
And
Our whole
so
family around
basically,
the table.
as soon as we came in, they were already ready to
Ready
make a
to
deal.
make the deal.
Because you don't bring a lawyer to a meeting unless you're ready to, do some
Do
business.
some business.
So, like,
Y'all wanna know why we don't have music out here?
so we got the deal, and one of Jay-Z's request was that Victory put out a solo album first because he basically wanted us to be introduced to the world as he was introduced to us, via Victory first and then the rest of us. So since then, Victory has put out her debut album. It's
Broken
called
Instrument.
Broken Instrument. So yeah, that's out. And now we've actually spent this year, 2019, recording our first group album as signed artists. And it's coming out 2020.
That's gonna be so fun.
It's really good. It just came straight from us. It wasn't like, ooh, let me produce you guys and make you something like stars.
Yeah,
No,
none
because
of that.
actually, something Jay-Z even told us in one of our second or third meeting with him was like, we don't want to change you guys. You guys just like stay as you are. We just want to help you guys become more of yourself. And so
We'll catch up to you guys. You guys don't try to catch up to us. Don't try to be anything that you're not. We gotta catch up to you guys.
yeah, so that was really like the spirit in which we got signed, where we were encouraged to stay ourselves and to be authentic, and that's really great.
Yeah, so
That's
now
a
you-
day in the life of Disney Channel.
That was like
Thank you for watching our TTI.
TTI.
Time I.
That was the
That's
time.
Disney Channel.
That's the time.
My TTI.
And that's time.
It's getting really dark.
TTI.
whatever. Okay.
Whatever, cut that out. Cut your camera.